to support and explain to people that, in New York, it's hard to even find venues so that we can actually have such a big function. And financially, it is, a big burden where we try to pull resources together. So, we just encourage the community here and even overseas for those who are joining the Labor Day weekend to just come out and support the event because we let people know this also helps us to donate and help others as well. As we're a nonprofit organization, we're looking forward to supporting education in Barbados this year and also hurricane relief funds. So, we just welcome everyone.
All right, good stuff. Now, I know with small groups like this, usually the work is ponied up. So I don't know what Ian is in charge of, but I am going to charge you, Ian, with telling us what's on the menu, what's happening. For those Barbadians, we have a lot of people from across the diaspora, particularly in the tri-state area, who tune in to Morning Barbados every single day. So here's your chance to entice them to come on down and be a part of queuing the community with you guys.
Yes, so I guess it is known my background is really in music and production. So I'm kind of spearheading that area, making sure all the logistics are in place, sound, staging, making sure artists are secured. And artists are secured. We have Mr. Blood, Mikey, uh, and I can't wait to see Bruce Almighty, the party monarch. So it's just a matter of solidifying the artists, like I said, taking care of all the logistics. I know we would have just come out of celebrating 50 years, the 50th anniversary for Crop Over. So I think this is should I say the icing on the cake, or are we going to light the candles here in the community? So just come on out if you didn't get a chance to go home and be a part of this celebration back home. You have a perfect opportunity to come out this weekend, see some of the artists. We're often offering you the best of Barbados. Come on. Like I said, if you didn't get to go home and see these guys, you get to see them here live and direct in Brooklyn. You're getting to taste some of the best dishes that Barbadians have to offer. You're getting to see folk you probably didn't even see since Q last year. Uh, and for the folk back home, log on, see how we do it back here. I know folk have been trying to compare Q in Barbados to Q in Brooklyn. We're going to show you guys how we do it here in Brooklyn. So log on to CBC TV this coming Saturday. Who knows, you might get to see some of your friends and your family on TV. So again, come on out, come on out, come on out. Log on also to Q in the community this coming Saturday.
All right, good stuff. And for you, CG Harewood, what are you looking forward to most? You said you've been in this position since a little earlier. I know sometimes you can get to the place where you're away from home where it intensifies the things you miss and look forward to, particularly family and food. So what are you looking forward to most with this particular event this weekend?
Well, to be quite honest, as you can tell, since being here, and even if I were here for 20 years, the accent of mine would not change. One of the most fundamental and touching parts of attending these large groupings of Barbadians is to just hear the accents and to listen, particularly to the older ones, and ask them the question. I always ask them where they're from, and to be able to try to relate what I know about their community relative to what they remember about their community and to capture the history. There's so much wealth of knowledge amongst the community that anytime I get in a grouping of a lot of Barbadians, I just want to speak to them about their experience, how long they've been here. So for me, that is a major takeaway. Just the interaction with my people really is the most inspiring aspect of it. In addition to the food and music, but I love to hear about the history that the people, each person brings as well.
Good stuff. Alicia, for those people watching who don't know, let us know where it will be, time and particulars.
Okay, so the queue this year will be held at Nazareth High School, which is 475 East 57th Street in Brooklyn, New York. The start time is 1 p.m. until 9 p.m. Entrance fee this year is $10.
All right, so $10 to get in. You get the best of Barbados. Mikey and Blood will be there. The Road March King, this is his second title, from Mobby to On the Road Business. yeah, tomorrow with Bruce Almighty. So I know you're looking forward. Those of you who did not make it for Crop Over, they definitely will be looking forward to a taste of home, literally and figuratively as well. So, and I know that Q New York is just all blue and yellow. So we certainly look forward to hearing a little bit more about that. DJs, Lickle D, DJ Warlock, Technic Music. And again, it goes from 1 p.m. to 9 o'clock in the evening. It's all happening compliments the Barbados Support Group, Shirley Biscuits, Q in the community, and the Consulate General of Barbados at New York, Ambassador Lorenzo, CG Lorenzo Harewood. So I want to thank all of you for coming in and sharing with us. CG, final word from you to encourage Barbadians on why they should come out and be a part of this weekend's presentation.
Well, it's very simple. Where can you find any package for $10 to come out and watch these three wonderful persons perform in front of the entirety of Barbados, and not just those that are going to be there? I think it is really the best value for money. Where can you find the level of interaction that you're going to see and hear, and the food you're going to taste as well? In New York, there's no other place to be August the 31st than there in Brooklyn at Q in the community. I definitely will be there. I'm definitely looking forward to joining the CBC crew that are coming up to enjoy a wonderful time, and also to speak about next year as well to some extent in terms of the return.
Absolutely. If you wanted to jump in there and talk about it just a little bit so people at least have some knowledge of what's to come, that's fine with me.
Yeah, fantastic. Next year the government, and I don't want to add any premature comments, because the government is packaging the next year's return for the general public. But next year is going to be a wonderful time where we will be holistically encouraging most, if not all, persons from across the diaspora to come back home, and come back home to our wonderful sand and sea, our food, our culture, our people, our music, and to really touch base with their roots. I think that is going to be the comprehensive effect. It is just going to culminate in 2025 to allow persons to come back and touch base with their roots. As I said, a more concentrated package is going to come out from the government, allowing the diaspora to know about it. But I would encourage anyone across the diaspora in 2025 to start looking at tickets, start looking at arrangements, accommodations, and families, and start having a conversation for their return in 2025.
Good stuff. We certainly look forward to that. Alicia, who do you have to shout out here in Barbados? Where are your family from?
My family is from St. Joseph, St. Andrew, and St. Lucie.
St. Lucie and St. Joseph? So relatives from St. Lucie and St. Joseph. What about you, Ian?
Oh, for sure. First, let me say to the boys in St. Thomas, I cannot say hi and good morning to my daughters always, to Kia and Erica. I'm sure they're up watching. Good morning, babes. Love you. And to my Allen School family, looking forward to seeing you guys there this coming Saturday.
Absolutely. Would you feel left out if I didn't ask you, CG?
Of course I would. Of course I would. Definitely have to start where I came from. Shout out everyone in Sears Court. As I move around Silver Sands, Parishland, Fair Valley, Gibbons, Caritas Gap. If I stay here, you might not have enough time for me to call your names, but shout out to everyone in Christchurch, my family in Sears Court in particular, and my friends in Sears Court in particular. Just looking forward to seeing you virtually and in person in due course.
Absolutely. We look forward to Q in the community, the New York edition coming up this weekend at Nazareth Regional High School, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York. That's Q in the community heading to New York. We'll see you over the weekend. All right. Make sure you get things ready once you're ready for the Beijing invasion.
Yes, let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. Excellent stuff. Of course, that was CG Lorenzo Harewood. Alicia Connell, who's president of the Barbados Support Group, as well as Ian Boyce, member of the Barbados Support Group. And they've been doing really great work here in Barbados as well. And they're continuing with Q in the community by partnering with the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, as well as the Consulate Office in New York, to be able to bring a little taste of home to the New York City area. So if you're in that area, make sure you make a little time and come out this weekend to support. Bring a friend along and introduce them to Barbados, everything that you are. because that's who we are. As long as you're Bajan, you want to share it with the world. So that's happening again, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's $10 to get in. So go on out and enjoy. Thank you all. It's time for a break here on Morning Barbados, but more is coming after the break. So stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game with Domino's and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. It's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed. It's just about 28 minutes after 6 o'clock. Good to have you in company as always. Now, time to tell you all about an event that is coming up for Kingdom Entrepreneurs. We have to welcome Dr. Vicky Otoruyena, Carmen Timor, and Danielle Placid, who are going to be a part of this experience. I'll start with you, Dr. Vicky. Welcome back to Morning Barbados. Tell us a little bit about this particular event that's targeting who you're deeming Kingdom Entrepreneurs.
Yes, thank you so much, Tisha. It's always a pleasure to be here. So the Soar Experience Virtual Summit is for Kingdom Entrepreneurs. As you said, it's a 2-day event. So we have our speakers. They're going to be speaking on the Saturday, which is August 31st. And on the Sunday, we're going to have a panel discussion with our speakers as well. So this event is basically created as a platform to help us as business owners to be able to thrive in what we do. Because, of course, I found in the past as an entrepreneur early in the day that there was no platform, there was no real community that could come together to, of course, bring together the professional aspect of business and also the kingdom aspect of business. So the event is going to have a number of speakers. There are going to be 5 of us, and we are going to be sharing our experience and helping persons to succeed in their fields as kingdom entrepreneurs.
All right, so Danielle, you're going to be talking about emotional resilience. That's quite major. Let's hear a little bit more about your presentation for the summit.
Hi everyone, good morning, and thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity to share. Looking forward. By the way, I love your intro, it just wakes us up. Intro song. So my topic is emotional resilience, and I found it to be very important because the connection between entrepreneurship and mental health is very complex, because as a business owner, it brings great rewards and stress. And the conversation that I want to bring to this space is for persons to understand that being an entrepreneur, we need to get rid of the superhero narrative and give people a clear understanding that, yes, we can be rewarded, but at what cost? And most times our mental health takes the back seat. And so the conversation that I want to drive is that people don't want to hear from superheroes. They want to hear from authentic, real human beings to drive a conversation of vulnerability, giving persons the insights of their successes and their failures, because we can definitely fail forward. And so sharing an authentic conversation, sharing the real life of being an entrepreneur would, as I said before, bring in a sense of vulnerability, and vulnerability breeds connection, and connection breeds courage. Just want to give others hope not to give up, but to hold on to the process.
Well, that's quite a mouthful, but you'll have an opportunity to really share a whole lot more during the conference. Now, for you, Carmen, you're looking at a successful mindset in terms of building it, and I'm told this is something you work with every single day. So you'll be trying to deep dive into exactly how people can get in the frame of mind to be successful.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Good morning, Barbados. I will be focusing on the successful mindset for entrepreneurs, and we will talk about different ways, but I will focus on the ones from my experience that I am coming from the corporate world. I worked struggling the most, and the ones from my experience I see everyone struggles. So one will be about the poverty mindset versus abundance mindset, coming from scarcity as mindset, fears-driven decisions. Also, the second one will be about a fear mindset versus faith mindset. This drives like choice basis on being in abundant opportunities, recognizing that God give us the unique talents. We have all of our opportunities out there in the marketplace.
Well, Dr. Vicky, you continue to create these opportunities, and that as you mentioned in the beginning, you didn't see that, so you decided to create this. What type of change have you seen with the entrepreneurs who've been a part of some of these summits?
I think what I've seen over time is that we are gaining an opportunity to connect with not only one another in Barbados, but we are able to connect with others regionally and internationally. And with that, we've been able to grab hold of other opportunities. So while we are, building our businesses and learning and so on, we've been able to collaborate. We've been able to brand or spread or diversify our brands and market them in other markets because of partnerships with people like Danielle, with people like Carmen. We've been able to go beyond the borders of Barbados with a movement like this, because it's not only Barbadians that have joined us over the last 2 to 3 years, but people from all around the world. So what I love about it is that we're learning how to be better stewards of what God has given us. We're learning how to use every single gift that is inside of us, and we're learning to connect, collaborate, join forces, and impact the world around us.
Absolutely. I'm glad you talked about connecting, because being able to bring women together from all across the globe is what makes all the difference. Of course, what we know is we have more in common a lot of the times than we have differences. So for you, Danielle, I know one of the things that people are trying to do, especially women entrepreneurs, is find that work-life balance, that work personal business balance, and that can be quite challenging. I know that's a part of your work as well.
Definitely. But I would say that I don't subscribe fully to a balance, because I've found over time that we can't really balance life, but we can bring a beautiful harmony to what we do. And so with work life and business life, sometimes the lines are very, very blurred. And why do I say harmony? Because there are some days we need to give more of ourselves to our personal life, and then more of ourselves to our professional life. So what I aim to do, and to help people do, in particular women, is to appreciate and understand that we can marry the both and have a successful life if we do, if we carefully look at where we want to give of ourselves as an entrepreneurs.
And Carmen, I know for a lot of entrepreneurs, they know that how they think is important to their success, and they want to get past it, but it can be difficult to be able to do so. So your work during this summit is going to be trying to get people to the frame of mind where they can truly be successful and put any challenges that really start in their minds behind them.
Exactly. So we will be focusing on encouraging them to have a growth mindset versus fixed mindset. We also will encourage them to have a support on achieving their goals, a supportive network as well. We will also be focusing on the matters of isolation and fear of failure.
All right, good stuff. I want to delve a little deeper, Dr. Vicky. I know usually people don't like to talk about themselves, into specifically why you selected this panel this time around in terms of what they bring to the table.
Definitely. So we all are part of an international group as well. So outside of, there's a group that I have which we gather on Facebook called the Kingdom Women in Business Worldwide Network. But outside of that, we have joined the Faith Entrepreneurs Movement. And that's a global movement. So we have a Caribbean group inside of that movement, which I also facilitated an 8-week session. And some of these ladies came into that program. So I took the opportunity these ladies have, I think only one of them have been in one of my events before, but I took this now as the opportunity to push these ladies and present rather a new platform for us to share what we know. So none of these ladies, except one, have been on the platform before to share with my audience and with the new audiences that are coming and that are going to be watching this event. So we have come together out of that group to be part of what I usually do, which is this SOAR Experience Virtual Summit. So in this specific group, what we're doing is also presenting opportunities for the women to become bolder and also to create global collaborations for them. So I took these specific ladies this time around to be part of this movement.
All right, good stuff. Danielle, where are you joining us from on this particular occasion?
All the way from Trinidad and Tobago. So I want to say good morning to my Trini people.
And it's important to note, as I mentioned, that wherever you travel, whether across the region or the world, it can help to share what's happening on the negative end, but it's always great to build each other up based on knowledge and experience that we might garner, particularly in entrepreneurship.
That's right. Correct.
All right. And Carmen, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Switzerland in Europe, Central Europe.
All right. So from Switzerland, all over the world. Give us the details, Dr. Vicky, of the experience this time around, and tell us what participants can expect.
Thank you so much. So once again, the SOAR Experience Virtual Summit is happening this Saturday, the 31st of August, to this Sunday, which is the 1st of September. On the Saturday, we begin at 11 a.m. And on the Sunday at 5 p.m., it's on Zoom. You can go directly to the page. It's bit.ly/SOAR Experience. So bit.ly/SOAR Experience. You can get registered for free and you will get the Zoom link so that you can come and join us on Saturday at 11 a.m.
All right, good stuff. So that is the way to sign up and be a part of it and experience all there is to offer. Final words from you, lady. First of all, Danielle, encourage the ladies who are viewing as to why they should join and be a part of this particular experience.
Certainly, I'm so excited for this opportunity that we can use our experience in the journey thus far to help pull someone up. I just want to let you know, all those who are listening and you are into the entrepreneurial world, you're not alone. We're here to join with you on this journey and to help you navigate through so that you can be successful. So you want to learn a tip or two? Join us on Saturday and Sunday.
And for you, Carmen?
I would like to invite you to and encourage you to join in wherever you are. This is a global event for all the industries, and you will find solutions for everyone and an opportunity to network. So you are welcome. I wait for you.
We welcome all of you to Barbados. And Dr. Vicky, final word is yours.
Thank you so much. So join us because it's going to be an opportunity of growth, an opportunity of joining others, an opportunity to move beyond where you are to reach those goals that you have set. And of course, as the event is called, you're going to soar in that business that God has given to you.
All right. I want to thank you, ladies, for sharing with us. Of course, we had Danielle from Trinidad, and we had Carmen joining us from Europe. And Dr. Vicky is right here in Barbados. All right, look forward to hearing more about the outcome of the summit coming up this weekend. So make sure you go register to benefit from all they have to offer. It's time for another break here on Morning Barbados. When we come back, we're telling you about an initiative being put on by the Seventh-day Adventists. Stay with us. Thank you, ladies.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. It's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, just about 15 minutes to go before 7 o'clock. Earlier this week, we celebrated Jackie Opal Day here in Barbados. And boy, did we have a good time. Early in the morning, we talked about it on set with Simon Pipe. We also had Desmond Weeks here. And they were getting us ready for an amazing concert that took place at the Freedom Park in Bridgetown. We wanted to share a little bit of how we celebrated Jackie Opal Day here in Barbados.
We're gonna take you back in time. Let's go! Woo! Hey! No use of you coming on your bended knees. Hey! You've done me wrong, and I can hear your plea. Come on, you're no good, no good. You're not good at all, no good. Man, you hear what I say? You're no good. You tried your best to try and cause me strife. Hey, I don't like no man who's messing around. Not good at all, no good. Man, you hear what I say? You're no good. There comes a time when you must cry. You never miss the water until the well runs dry. No use, no use, no use, no use, no use. Hey, you're coming on your bended knees. Hey, 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 hey. You've done me wrong, and I can hear your plea. Oh my gosh, oh yeah. Hey, you're no good, no good. You're not good at all, no good. Man, you hear what I say? You're no good. your standby love, your standby love. I'm not gonna be your standby love, your standby love anymore. I'm not gonna be your standby love, your standby love, your standby love. I'm not gonna be your standby love, your standby love anymore. Sometimes weeks roll by and I don't see you. I don't know where you are. Lonely, restless nights, I stayed up late, hoping so much that you'd call. And while you are out having your fling, you keep me waiting and suffering. And you don't call me to see what condition I'm in until you really fall in love. Hey, I'm not gonna be your standby love, your standby love, your standby love. I'm not gonna be your standby love, your standby love anymore. Hey, I'm not gonna be your standby love, your standby love, your standby love. I'm not gonna be your standby love, your standby love anymore. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. It's so good to see each and every one of you here paying tribute to the great voice. Jackie Elbow, sing young. Darling, you send me. Darling, you send me. Darling, you send me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. And now you thrill me. Darling, you know you thrill me. I said you know you thrill me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. At first I thought this was infatuation, but darling, it's been lasting so long. Oh, and I find myself wanting to marry you and take you home. I know it's you. Oh, you thrill me, darling, you thrill me. And I said you thrill me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. First I thought this was infatuation. Oh, but darling, it's been lasting so long. Oh, but now I find myself just wanting to marry you and take you home. I know it's you. Oh, you set me, darling, you set me, baby. You thrill me. Honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. And oh, you you thrill me. Darling, you thrill me. I said you thrill me. Oh, honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. I know it's you, honest you do, honest you do. It's only you, honest you do, honest you do. See, honest you do, honest you do, honest you do. Give it up for the late great Jackie Oprah, thank you. I'm a friendly stranger in a black sedan. Won't you hop inside my car? I've got pictures, I got candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest store. I'm your vehicle, baby. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. So by now, I'm sure you know that I need you, and I want you, and I want to got to have you, child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Hop inside my car. I got pictures, I got candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest star. I'm your vehicle, baby. I take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. So by now I'm sure you know that I need you, want you, got to have you, child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. You know I do. And if you wanna be just a movie star, well, I can take you to Hollywood. And if you wanna be just the way you are, well, I guess that you really should. I'm your vehicle, baby. I take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. So by now, I'm sure you know that I need you, want you, and I want to, got to have you, child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. You know I do. Inside my car, I got pictures, I got candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest star. I'm your vehicle, baby. I take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. So by now I'm sure you know that I need you, want you, and I want to, got to have you, child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. And I want to, got to have you, child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Thank you.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it. Bajan to the Bone.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. Time for an update of the news on this August 29th. I'm Tisha Hines with the details. The Barbados Light and Power Company Limited estimates that it is 20 times more expensive to invest in an underground electricity network than to have one above ground. That's according to the company's Director of Operations, Johan Graves. His comments come as the hurricane season causes more attention to be focused on the resilience of Barbados' electricity supply. Our Crystal Hoyt has more.
The Barbados Light and Power Company says with the island at risk from more weather events, resilience is top of mind for the country's sole electricity provider. Director of Operations Johan Graves says more than half of its transmission infrastructure is already underground.
Barbados Light and Power has about 60% of its transmission infrastructure that is actually on the ground, and we have a small proportion of our distribution feeders that are actually on the ground. So there are some areas, so like let's say for town, for example, Swan Street, those areas are completely on the ground. St. Lawrence Gap is completely on the ground. We are continuously looking to see how we can improve the resilience of our network. So that involves putting some of the infrastructure on the ground. Even if we do not put the lines on the ground, we have been making provision for putting some of the lines in the future on the ground.
However, he says it's an expensive undertaking.
Going on the ground is at a much higher cost. It's about, the estimates are like 20 times the cost of going overhead.
But the financial burden for Barbados Light and Power is not the only consideration.
Repairing faults takes a lot longer. So usually if there is an overhead line, we can just drive down the road and we can fix it in a matter of half an hour, that sort of thing. When we have the infrastructure on the ground, there's special equipment, there's excavation and that sort of thing that has to be done to fix an underground fault. So while there are some benefits of going underground, there's also some drawbacks.
Despite the drawbacks, several Caribbean utility companies have acknowledged that a completely underground network is more durable in the event of a hurricane or a storm. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
And this morning we're hearing that 2 families have been displaced following a fire at Chapel in St. Philip. Homeowner Adrian Bain says he was at home when the fire broke out. According to him, the blaze eventually spread to his mother's house next door.
Clothes, my bike car, my ID card, everything got up in flames. When I was 50, so I will live here for all my life. It's my father's property, but I come over to me and my brothers.
Meanwhile, his brother, Ansel Bain, says his house started to burn as well, but he was able to save it before it was completely destroyed.
I just had to run and save my house and thing. My house began to burn and thing, but I got to wrap my house and thing, and everything was good, but I don't know how my mother gonna cope with this house that burned down and thing. And my brother, cause my brother been living in the house, and everything in the house gone. Nothing is saved, none of the 2 houses.
Sad news, CBC understands the houses were not insured. Efforts are continuing to bring relief to thousands of St. Peter residents affected by water outages due to a 7-inch burst main. Now, Member of Parliament Colin Jordan is reporting that most of those affected have been serviced by tankers from the Barbados Water Authority. However, the parliamentary representative is calling on the BWA to remember those residents located off the main roads.
To also continue to impress upon Barbados Water Authority and its drivers that they have to be aware of these side roads. So sometimes a truck goes on a main road and those in this side road, the radio may be on, something may be happening, and they don't hear the bell, they don't hear the sound, and then the truck is gone. They have to be cognizant of side roads and operate in such a way to give people in side roads the opportunity to come out to get water.
Meanwhile, the BWA says work to repair that particular 7-inch main located in a 35-foot gully between Rock Hall and Fort Hill St. Peter has been moving at a slow pace. The BWA is advising that customers and businesses in Fort Hill Development, French Village, Indian Ground, Diamond Corner, Boscobel Terrace and surrounding areas may continue to be impacted by low pressure and water outages. The Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, BHTA, is confident that Barbados will defend its Caribbean National Culinary Team of the Year title at the Taste of the Caribbean competition. CEO Ryan Ford says a solid management team has been put in place to mentor those chefs who will be participating in the competition that comes up in Miami in November.
There were 4 very closely contested contestants. I found that the presentation of it was unique. It was different. It wasn't a basic item to come off a dessert menu. Obviously the taste preference and the time that they put in, I leave that to the judges because they're the specialists. For me as a patron, I would have gone at my table and it would have been enjoyable. I think that there's a lot of legs to run with now. Obviously, we're having 2 months of preparation towards the competition, and the specialists here that are going to guide them in the training, the management team. I think they're on a good path. A lot of creativity, I think, is going to come out of this competition.
Meanwhile, on Wednesday, 4 chefs from the BHTA membership participated in a pastry competition held at the Hilton Barbados. The winner of the competition will be part of the Barbados National Culinary Team headed to Miami. Team manager, executive chef Adrian Cumberbatch says he's satisfied with the outcome of yesterday's competition.
This morning's competition was excellent. The 4 contestants put their best foot forward, produced some wonderful plates. We just came from tasting. We got some beautiful Caribbean and Bajan flavors throughout the plates and throughout the competitors. So kudos to the competitors this morning.
And good luck to the team. In sports, the National Sports Council and the Barbados Football Association are collaborating to host a benefit match in honor of the late Kenville Cab Lane, former Barbados national team and Paradise Club head coach. The match is set for today at the Wildy Turf, kicking off at 7 o'clock this evening. Lane, who passed away in July after a brief illness, also served as coach with the National Sports Council for 25 years. The council's marketing and communications officer, Roberta Dowell Morris, says the match serves to honor his legacy as well as to lend support to his family.
When the suggestion of a benefit match was put forward of a way to honor the legacy of Cab, it was a no-brainer. Cab was not only well known in our local football fraternity, but was also highly respected by numerous players and sports administrators, and the idea of a benefit match in his honor was supported at the highest levels of the council and the BFA. Paradise FC will take on the Friends of Kenville Cab Lane, and game time is 7 p.m. Admission is $20 and all proceeds go to the family of the late Cab Lane, and we're encouraging everyone to come out as we remember him and to support a worthy cause.
And that's news at this time. We have Newsday coming your way at 12 noon here on TV8. Or you can tune in to our sister network of stations across the radio at 1 p.m. for the world at 1. That's 98.1 FM, 94.7 FM, and Q 100.7 FM. Just about 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. Time for a break, but join us after. There's lots more.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day, and join us for
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed. Welcome back to Morning Barbados. Just about 13 minutes after 7 o'clock. Whatever you're doing this morning, I certainly hope that you're enjoying it. Who knows, maybe a cup of coffee is what you need this early morning to be able to get you moving. Some people like just tea. Whatever you're having, a little ginger tea. I don't know. Whatever tea you like, even cocoa tea. All right, tell you what, one of my favorite people is going to join us now as we take a trip down to the museum. We always love to do that. We're talking about the third and final show in the Diffusing Borders in Color and Motion and Form exhibition being put on by the National Cultural Foundation. Onika Small is curator with the NCF and she's on location. Good morning to you, Onika.
Good morning, Tisha. How are you doing?
I am doing well. It's always good to see you.
Always good to see you. My favorite is cocoa tea.
Your favorite is cocoa tea?
I have cocoa tea in the morning.
You know, I feel like breaking out in song, right? But that's A-okay. So we have a guest who is joining us from Nigeria. I wanted to give you the opportunity to introduce this guest once he comes on and share a little bit more about his contribution to the entire thing. But let's talk a little bit about the first and second installments as we look toward the third.
Okay, so we are on the final stretch. This is our spring garden in the art world for the Crop Over Visual Arts exhibition. So we started with Reflections, which was the showcase of collections. So the Central Bank of Barbados' collection was our sponsor. the National Art Gallery, the Barbados Gallery of Art, and Kathy Yearwood. That was a beautiful show. It looked back, we reflected on the 50 years and the collections. The second show was an open call, which was our contemporary offerings, and that was, in my worldview, fantastic. We had art as we envisioned all about the place. So we had the Gallery of Caribbean Art come on and do a show, Frangipani Art Gallery at Heyman's, they did a show, as well as the Barbados Photographic Society. They have a show and it's still up. That one is still up and going at the Argentine Embassy, and Artists Alliance Barbados curated a weekend of open studios. So second installation done and dusted, and now we're on to our third installation, which was Diffusing Borders in Color, Motion, and Form Reconnections. And this is where we were bringing, and we have brought art from Nigeria through the Nikkei Gallery, as well as Barbadian artists together in the Queen's Park Gallery, and we're having a link up, as you can see. Um, I say woman plans and goddess laughs. So we were trying to get the artists here, at least to do some workshops, but due to circumstances beyond our control, that was not to happen, but we're still hoping that that will be able to go forward later. So we were in this now third exhibition trying to at least have a link up on Saturday, which we can do in person here at Queen's Park Gallery or virtually, and we'll bring in our artists. I know we were trying to get in Yusuf. I don't believe he was able to zoom in or to link in at this point in time, but we're gonna hopefully work out all those kinks by Saturday when we do our presentation at Queen's Park.
All right, now it's aptly titled Reconnections, and we are reconnecting to the motherland. What went into selecting the artists who will be on show this weekend as a part of this particular installment?
Okay, so this one we did selection through visits to studios based on the type of work that we wanted to incorporate in the show. So Yusuf is a multimedia, mixed media artist who works with recycled materials and calls a lot of attention to the environment and environmental struggles in Nigeria, in Lagos especially. So we wanted our show in Barbados to he's only one of a number of artists. We also have Femi Oloji, and works from the renowned and famous Dr. Nikkei. So we wanted to pair our work with the Nigerian work and to bring in more mixed media pieces. We also have quite a few paintings. I would say we have everything in the show. One person told me it's a packed show, and I was like, yeah, it is. It is really an experience to come to the gallery. So that's basically our selection. We wanted to have a little bit of everything, but that spoke to the theme as well.
Tell us a little bit about what we're looking at. There's a peek of what's happening, which is what I always love, just behind you. And the wonderful thing about it is diffusing borders in color and motion and form does just that. So we get a little bit of everything. What's in the third installment?
Well, this is our third installment. This is Reconnections. So we have, you can see my hands, and it's lovely how cameras do this. This is a piece from our African brothers and sisters. I will have to check the name to tell you exactly the name of it, but it's a gorgeous hand stitch work. We have on the other side, you can see in the background behind me, we have work by Dr. Nikkei herself, as well as the other artist who was Femi Oloji, and their textiles. And I can tell you, we opened to the public about 2 weeks ago. And there's one thing that is selling is the textiles. They're absolutely beautiful. One artist came in yesterday and she said she could feel herself being a regal and a queen when she puts on the piece that she actually bought. So there's some beautiful textiles. We have a mixed media piece, a piece by Heather Dawn Scott. And she really, yesterday she was talking about it, she embraced the theme. She put in the color, the motion, the form. She even put in, as she said, the sexual, heightened sexual nature that happens as well during the crop over for the season. So everything is in these pieces.
All right, wonderful. Now, for what's happening on Saturday, can people come out and be a part of it? What time does the gallery open? How can we see it?
Yes, the event starts at 1 o'clock here at Queen's Park Gallery. You can come to the gallery if you would like. We will have a screen set up so that you could actually see the other participants who are in Nigeria. We've invited all of the artists to be in the space. People can come. The ones who cannot. So this is an all-inclusive event. So if you can get to Queen's Park Gallery, you can and you're welcome. If you cannot get to Queen's Park Gallery, sometimes you're busy, but you can zoom in. And then there will be other artists as well who are there. We are going to showcase some artist statements that we will have taped during the week about the different work from Barbados. And we have some statements of solidarity and peaceful greetings as well from Nigeria. So it's from 1 to 3, the discussion. So we have a focused discussion with 6 artists, 3 from Nigeria, 3 from Barbados, and the moderator is our Chief Cultural Officer, Andrea Wells. And that discussion starts at 2 o'clock. So you can kind of zoom in and see what what piques your interest. And I say sometimes when I'm doing other things, I can put on these presentations and I can listen along or I can see along. So we're trying to make sure that we could connect everybody using the technologies and the platforms that we do have.
I know sometimes the art is offered for sale, sometimes it's not. On this occasion,
everything is for sale. Everything. No, I like. There's one piece that is by Margaret Herbert. It's a fabric art piece, and that one is actually just for display only. But we thought it important to include it because one of the things that we were working towards was a fabric workshop. So we wanted people to see different ways of working and interact with different artists. What Heather Dawn said yesterday when she was in the gallery was that she learned so much just by viewing the exhibition, being inspired to work and to see and to create differently. And that's what exchanges do. So we're really happy that it's happened.
What does it mean to the Cropover Festival? I know we're past Cropover, but this is the Cropover Visual Arts exhibition. And I was smiling as you kind of made that connection, saying this is your final stretch, Mighty Grinder Highway, in the art world when it comes to the exhibition. But what do you believe being able to showcase art in this way during our festival, and particularly during the season of emancipation? What do you believe that means to our culture?
Our creativity, our arts, I believe, are our highest form of expression of our humanity. And they help to push us forward as a people. And what we really wanted to do in this series of exhibitions was to have our visual artists answer that question of how we diffuse borders, how we go forward as a better people each time as we grow in time, becoming better in our society. So the visual arts has been doing that. I know we're in Queen's Park Gallery, but our thing was that we were going to be all about Cropover. And we were at the ceremonial delivery of The Last Kings. Artwork was commissioned to give to the stalwarts. We were, I tell people naturally, we're on the road. Creativity, the costumes, some of the costumes, beautiful art. We're in Queen's Park Gallery. And Queen's Park at summertime is filled with camps and children and people. And we've had people come through this exhibition that have brought their students, brought their campers in, and just say, thank you for the experience. Thank you for letting us see installations. So say like by Lanisha Ince, who was one of the graduates from community college, a young graduate, that we've never seen like this before in Barbados. I can still see the picture of the lady's face in my mind when she's saying thank you. And some people don't even know that Queen's Park is actually free. So we'll encourage people to come in and they'll say, is it free? And it's yes, Queen's Park is free. Our government is doing a wonderful job in terms of ensuring that the arts and creativity are supported and that they thrive in these locations. Our visitors, when we look back at our numbers, have been pretty good. And the majority are local. So that's saying that locals don't enjoy artwork is not true. The majority of our people coming to Queen's Park are locals. So it's an important and an integral part of our festival. We even had commissions of artwork for our Kadooment route done by Vaughn Hall and Shane Eastman and Windsor, and they were gorgeous. Without art, Kadooment would just be meant. They could do it. Yeah.
I'm going to quote you on that one. I know as a curator, you're intimately involved with everything from decision making about the pieces, working with the artists, mounting the exhibition, and so on. But are there any pieces that just stay with you?
I tell people I cannot have favorites. It isn't good for my position to have favorites. Um, I can't pick one in reality that stays with me. Every show has been different. And every time I walk into the gallery, because this is where I come to work, the show has uplifted me. I've looked at the beauty of the work that was done 40 years ago or 30 years ago, the detail, the intricacy, and that same detail and intricacy we see in some of the present work. Sometimes when things are happening that you want to you want to scream or whatever, I look at other work and it calms me, or I look at or think back at some of the work that we had in the space, and it gives me a fighting spirit to continue, because within our season of emancipation, we're put into situations where we know we're not as free as we would like to be. And we have to continue to remind ourselves that we have to act with grace and acceptance, and knowing that there is something better along the path. So yes, we might need to put out our machete sometimes, which was in Aaron Troutman's piece, or we might just maybe need to look at the water and be calm. So the works do all different types of things, and they're all amazing, and they connect with every individual in a different way. I know talking a lot about, like yesterday, our marketing officer was here, Mark Messiah, and he went into the installation room by Lanisha Ince, and he was like, I could see these. I love these. Every 2 minutes he would disappear into this room, and I was like, where's Mark? Where's Mark? And he's in the room. And he's saying where he would put these pieces. And I was like, I've never thought about that. So every time somebody came into the gallery, they gave me a new way of looking, and the people that they interacted with as well were uplifted. We were inspired, or we still are being inspired and enlightened.
Well, that's beautiful stuff. Of course, what's happening this weekend is what we want everybody to know all about, which is we are reconnecting with some artists from Nigeria. So remind us of who they are, when it happened, and how we can get involved.
Okay. So Saturday, August 31st, you can link up with us either in person or virtually at the Queen's Park Gallery. There's a link, Zoom link that we can send to the public. It's also on it would be on the NCF social media pages as well. But we will be having 3 Barbadian artists, and they are Margaret Herbert, Juliana Innes, and Shanika Burnett. And we were going to be having 3 Nigerian artists, and they are Yusuf Duradola, Femi Olaji, and Olaji. I have to get that last name correct. And they will be moderated by Andrea Wells, our Chief Cultural Officer. And that focus discussion starts at 2 o'clock, but at 1 o'clock we do walkthroughs of the gallery. You can interact with the artists who are here, as well as see their video statements. And everyone is welcome. We have a philosophy at Queen's Park. The gallery is limited, but we can expand to as big as the park. So there's a lot of space for people to come and see the work.
All right, beautiful. I want to thank you, as always, Onika, for coming in and sharing with us today. You always look like a work of art yourself. Looking at your pieces is almost like, they're pieces of art.
They are. Aziza did the earrings. She's a Bajan artist. And Kenneth Blackman carved the piece around my neck. So the chains are broken with love. And that's what we try to represent here at the gallery constantly.
What's the chain made of?
The chain is mahogany.
Because you said carved it.
Yeah, it's what I keep never getting it in the right place. But it's one piece of mahogany. And they're links like the links we would equate with maybe slavery or bondage. and then there's a heart, and the heart is breaking those links. And I think very much that's what this installation, third installation, has been about. So as we have faced challenges and obstacles, I've only seen everybody that I've worked with rise to the occasion with love and compassion and understanding. So as things seem to be falling apart, we've seen the best in human nature and circumstance. So indeed, any chains that we may face, they're broken with love.
All right, that's gorgeous. Truly is beautiful. And you said it's one piece of mahogany?
One piece of mahogany.
Oh, I would have loved to see that being carved.
Me too. I didn't get the chance, but I do love to watch. I love to watch artists and craftspeople work, things that they do with their hands. I love to watch hands move, to be sure. There's something
All right,
beautiful.
thank you so much, Onika. It's always wonderful to catch up with you.
Same here.
I've been seeing you quite a bit of late.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, so make sure you come out this weekend. Saturday, August 31st is when you can head down to the Queen's Park Gallery, or you can join them virtually to be a part of the presentation. It, of course, is the third and final show in Diffusing Borders in Color, Motion, and Form. And it is aptly called Reconnections, that features Barbadian as well as Nigerian artists. So make sure you get out and be a part of it. I love what Onika said, that there's limited space in the gallery, but they can extend all the way out to Queen's Park. So lots and lots of room for you to get out and be a part of that exhibition. It's time now for another break. It's 29 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thanks, Onika.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
26 minutes now before the 8 o'clock hour. You know, there's always something happening online. So we like to get into a little bit of what's happening and what you're doing. Don't for 1 minute think that we're not stalking your Facebook pages and all of the other pages as well to see what you're up to. Well, there was a guy who was here a little while ago, Anthony Claxton from Crew Cuts, and we all know him from Instagram. I've shared his videos on numerous occasions with my colleagues here at CBC. And then we heard he was going to be in Barbados. Now, we tried to get him a Morning Barbados. Didn't quite work out. He was here for a very short space of time. But he was here in collaboration with Inspire Salon. Anthony's influence and encouragement has touched countless women. And the collaboration was as a result of the owner, Althea, going to Trinidad to get Anthony to do a hair transformation on her. Let's take a look. Now, I'm sure you'd agree that was quite the change. Very, very amazing. Lots of his transformations will just leave you breathless. Now, on his trip here to Barbados, he had an opportunity to sit down with her and ask about why she changed the name of her salon after that encounter to Inspired.
The heels was hard, the toenails was thick, like dinosaur. Prehistoric thing.
I really wanted to see you being pampered for a change. You're always taking care of us. And it was a pleasure, you know, seeing you roll.
Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry.
I really wanted to do this for you, so I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you.
I appreciate that. What inspired the name Inspire?
You're not going to believe this, but watching your videos and seeing what you were able to do for women and having the experience myself, I was going through a phase. It was a period where I had lost some really key people in my life. As a result, I had hair loss. Any person out there who's going through hair loss, alopecia, it has a very negative impact on
your internal self.
Yes, your self-esteem. It does something to you. And you understood. You felt, it's almost as if you felt my pain. Seeing all of what you did, and you know, it's a constant inspiration. I felt so inspired by Anthony. Is there a way we can use the word inspire? Combining wellness and beauty is what brought about the name, because it's not just about the physical, it's how you feel.
Wow.
And for us, that was it.
And of course, Barbadian women were very, very excited to get on out and experience some of those transformations. Let's take a look.
I've been closed in the dark all my life, held it in but not anymore. Got 2 feet on the floor. This is it, I'm stronger than ever before. Pardon my imposition, but this is my conviction. I need to get this off my mind. I gotta be me, gotta be I, gotta be who I know I am inside. Can finally breathe, taking it in, look at me flying. It's always been there, it just took me a minute to find it. If I were to be anybody else, I'd just be hiding. Who Looking back on a little boy. Never gave him a chance to ever be more. I didn't love him, but I'm gonna love him right now and forever. It's time to push open the door. Pardon my imposition, but this is my conviction. Ain't nothing left to hold me down. Lost touch with my soul. I had nowhere to turn, I had nowhere to go. Lost sight of my dream, thought it would be the end of me. I thought I'd never make it through. I had no hope to hold on to. I thought I would break. I didn't know my own strength, and I crashed down and I tumbled, but I did not crumble. I got through all the pain. I didn't know my own strength, survived my darkest hour. My faith kept me alive. I picked myself back up, hold my head up high. I was not built to break. I didn't know my own strength. Oh. Found hope in my heart. I found the light to light my way out of the dark. Found all that I need here inside of me. Oh, I thought morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it. Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 7:18. All right, so we wanted to do a little flashback today and take you back to a very interesting time as we celebrate art and everything that goes with it. A wonderful discussion we had with Onika about the third installment of the Cropover Visual Arts exhibition happening at the Queen's Park Gallery. But we had some art on display right here in the studio with Mr. Dennis Sobers. He even gave me a little gift after. The Morning Barbados, well, not the stage, but here to Morning Barbados, and a pretty interesting way that you view yourself, because I asked you whether you wanted me to call you an artist, and you said no, you consider yourself an inventor, but we're here looking at all of your work. So tell me a little bit about how you classify your work.
Well, I can classify it as an experiment. As to what is found in Barbados, my focus has always been to try to do something that we have. I remember the days gone by when it was the Prime Minister said we didn't have any natural resources. And I said, no, that's not true. So I started looking around and I saw there were stones. And these stones were so beautiful. And so I started drawing on the stones and giving these small pebbles basically to customers or to individuals to take back. So they literally took back a piece of the rock. And so I realized that there is potential in what we have in Barbados. So that is really where I have been using my time to use what we have in Barbados to let people know that we have resources that have great potential.
At what point in time did you recognize your own potential in terms of being able to draw on these stones, as you've put it?
Well, back in those days, it was A.S. Brydon's was shutting down their art department, and they had all these pens and things in which I realized that they had potential because it was the ink that was in it that had the ability to touch the stones. Once the ink touched the stones, it was never coming off. So it was about experimenting and finding, and then in order to design and to create imagery, it was the use of a scalpel. And that's where the word lapis scalpel came from, which is the Latin form for lapis, which means stone, and scalpel, which means to scratch. So everything you see when it comes to the art on stones is just a scratch in the right form, the right direction, the right shape to give the illusion of 3D on a stone.
All right, well, let me put my papers down because I want to touch.
Yes.
So you started using different mediums to be able to put your works on or share. I mean, like, this is what people would deem a traditional cuckoo stick.
Yes.
Not as big as I like my cuckoo sticks, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
That is actually 2024 new project, in which is a transfer, a complete transfer now onto wood. So when it comes to what we have in Barbados, mahogany, the words can actually be transferred directly. That was one I did for a customer where it was for the Division of Culture, where they're now able to use natural cuckoo sticks and to have it, the word as well as the recipe onto the stone as well, onto the wood as well.
I absolutely absolutely love that. Of course, the trident is on here as well. Very, very interesting stuff. And then, you know, you're transferring portraits onto other pieces of wood.
Correct.
Yes.
And that one was also, again, 2024, the ability to use what we have. Mind you, this is not Barbados wood. This is imported wood from one of the craft stores. But then to be able to see that transfer put on there permanently is one of the beautiful parts about having something we have. We don't have to import things if we can make them here on ourselves.
Is this a print, or
that
are
is
you
a
still
print.
using your pen to draw
No.
some of these pieces?
The pens are the stones as well as the concrete. The wood is actually a pure transfer, which is something very unusual because I'm using natural material that found in Barbados to make the art. On the other side of that is that's my granddaughter, and the other side is actually my daughter to show how it would actually work. So it has great potential.
Your daughter?
Yes.
And your granddaughter. Beautiful. Would make a beautiful gift.
Yes.
Love it. And great memento as well. Now, you're using all different types of materials because here we have some clay.
That's one I got from Hamilton Pottery, just to see if it was going to work. Last night I did that. Just last night for the show. And I wanted to see pure Barbados clay, also using the transfer method to put onto that. And this will never come off. It's permanently etched onto the stone because of everything you see here have natural porosity, meaning the ink sucks into it. And so in that situation, that's never going to come off as well.
Well, you truly are exploring ways that you can, you know, put images and words and so on materials, because I believe this is a piece of leather.
Black belly sheep leather. And the mere fact that was actually started it. That actually started the concept of the transference. When I was able to do that, I realized that if now we have the ability to make keychains and leather, whatever products we have, we can actually transfer now images onto black belly sheep leather. So that's another great concept that we can use in Barbados to start teaching and showing persons what we can use when it comes to crafts in Barbados export-wise.
All right, I want you to share more about the stones with us. Is this a special type of stone? It looks very, very shiny. It's not, you know, a traditional rock stone as we would find in Barbados.
Yes. These stones are, when I thought it was not limestone, it is not coral stone. These are sedimentary rock. And because of the sedimentary nature of the stones, these basically compiles of dirt that actually is compressed, throws it into the ocean, and then smooth over many years. For example, this particular one is one full rock. This is how it's found. And then in order just a little bit of smoothing on it, then I actually draw. This is actually not the transfer. This is actually drawn on using the ink onto the stone. So this one over here, the first one, that's one of the most rarest ones ever because you see how thin it was, one full stone, and the ability to have that image scratch on there, is what makes those so special. And so of course with the scalpel is what gives you the illusion of what looks like here is just a scalpel scratching it in the right location, the right direction. And the image will never come off no matter what water you put on there, no rain, no sun, nothing can hurt the art. It will always be on there permanently, which gives it opportunity for persons who have headstones or mementos, or when it comes to marriage is supposed to be strong as a rock. So when you have a husband and wife on one, it gets them to see that this is permanent. It's supposed to be permanent.
And this is cement that's closest to you.
Yes. This
so
is cement.
how is it different working with the different mediums? So we talked about wood, we talked about leather, we talked about stones, and now cement. Talk about the differences in working with the various materials.
The cement is actually easier because during 2020 when COVID came down, I wasn't able to go on the beach to find the stones that I'm looking for, so I had to find a way. So the science behind the stone, or the concrete, is that this is not just normal concrete, not Bajan concrete or cement. This is actually a hydraulic concrete that enables me now to do the same art on stones, but now in a bigger form.
By
so
etching and then applying ink.
The ink goes on first and then it scratches off. For example, in this case, everybody loves this one. Everybody sees it. And the ink goes on first and then using the scalpel to scratch it off. The beautiful part about the art is that with paper, you mess up, you have to start again. With canvas, you mess up, you got to start again. But with stone, it's not a problem because if I mess up, I just
scratch it off.
Just scratch it off and start back again.
Wow.
Or just fill it back in again. So this is the beauty of the art on concrete. Again, it will last forever and it's not going anywhere.
Now, what type of paint or color are you using to make this beautiful art?
I don't use color. I don't use color on the stones because I have not yet found a pigment or ink that would actually embed itself to that. So I tend to use the natural colors of the stone itself. For example, if you notice this one over here, these are the minerals that are inside this are natural minerals that you can see. But to have someone's face on there, it's going to be very difficult. So you can see how the color changes.
Okay, let me take it up. Now it looks like a stone. Now you've wet it.
Correct. So
where did you harvest these stones from? You talked about some on the beach, but this looks like something I would find maybe in the east of the island.
You would think so, but it's not. The east of the island have more clay in it, and so those clay the clay on the east coast is not as dense as it is with these. These are stones that have been compounded against each other and rubbed against each other for hundreds of thousands of years. So I have to climb down a cliff to get the actual stones.
Okay.
Once I find those stones, I've got to climb back up, and then I slice them so I can now reduce the weight of the stone to give a customer now a lot lighter gift that they can take back to wherever it is.
All right, now talking about using different materials, now we have some interesting pieces here, and I'm going to turn on the lights for these ones. Coral.
Actually, they're not.
Everybody
thinks
like
that they're coral.
What is it?
But sea fans and sea whips, they actually grow.
Sea fans and sea whips.
There's sea fans, sea whips, and sea rods. Those are the three areas we have here in Barbados. They're not coral, but they actually grow on the coral. So when we have bad weather or bad waves, like we had last week, a lot of it was ripped off of the actual reef and thrown onto the sand. When it throws up on the sand, what happens is it's gnarled together, and the sand compounds on top of it and twists it and shapes. You don't ever see anything like this. So the concept with the sea whips and the sea rods is to be able to find a way to actually rehydrate it and put it back into the shape in which I want to put the shape into. So everything you see here, they're never found like this. My focus is to then change it and to put it back by means of that new process of using it. Now the images of the, not images, but the lights, it just gives you a little bit more of, makes it look good for persons. But my focus was to use these for a lot of restaurants where you have your little centerpieces, where you now have natural ocean art. But now the flowers are really petrea seeds. And many people don't realize that the petrea seeds are super strong. And those are land-based products. So the sea whips, if you can see here with the edges, it fits perfectly on them. So now you have what looks like a natural bouquet of flowers that it will last forever and last long. And it's super, super light.
And you use some paint on these. It looks like acrylic. It's a little shiny.
Yes.
Yes?
This is more of a metallic paint, locally made. And not locally made, but locally bought and sourced. But that really gives it a nice look for whatever color an individual may want those pieces to be in.
Is there any material that you prefer to work with more than the other? Because it seems to me like you're going to continue exploring to see how else, which is why, you deem yourself
an experimenter.
And not necessarily simply an artist. So are there any materials that you prefer to work with more than others?
I love stone. I love the stone. Every stone is different. Every stone has a history behind it. I believe that God is the one who makes all of this. I just happen to be a brush in his hand, and he's the real artist. My focus is that my issue is just to use what is that he made. So I know he's looking for me now to say, so what happened is that when your friends told me that they invited me to the show, they said, I said, let me see if I can get one done for you.
Oh my goodness, no way.
So, does it look like you?
Oh my goodness. This is crazy.
So
wow.
that's half of a stone, and the other half will be able to put something else on it. So,
wow.
Are you sad? Are you happy? Is it something that makes sense? Does it look good?
This is really overwhelming. Listen, you guys are always tricking me, boy. Look at this. You want me to put it close to my face, Peter? You want to try to match? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Like if I'm talking to the phone, he's giving me instructions. But wow. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, ma'am.
I am at a loss for words.
Yes. And
that's not a usual thing.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
It was a
stuff.
pleasure actually working on that. I took time away from my wife. I have to apologize to her to make sure it's done, especially for this show when I was called last week Thursday. So
wow.
Normally it doesn't take that. It takes a little bit longer to do that, but I figured that if I was going to come on, let me show what can be possible, and also to show the audience eventually what is also possible. But I'm only one person, and so all of this is too much for one person. But eventually we'll get it done.
This is amazing stuff. This is something that I will not soon forget.
Very good.
You know, this is just wonderful stuff. Look at that. A portrait of me on a rock.
Now you own a piece of the rock. The most expensive real estate in Barbados.
Literally. I love it. You know, I really love that you are using different mediums. Usually where we see art and they're showing you working on it. So you...
Oh, yes.
Now I know exactly what picture they sent. That's the picture from my profile on WhatsApp that they sent to you. And this is just an amazing process. I love it. I love that you're using, you know, different mediums to be able to create art in this way.
Yes.
Yeah?
And that's just
truly
why
is unique.
Young person or I don't like talking about young people because in many cases they given opportunities but they may not take it. But old persons also can do the same concept. I'm an old man now. But
morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, so thanks for spending some time with us today. It's Thursday, but that means it's Q Day. So Q in the community will be heading down to Pelican Island. That's over at Pelican Village today. Lots of space and a fantastic view as well. There have been lots of renovations in that area. So we look forward to seeing you. Of course, you can tune in from just around 12 noon on QFM. There will be no Q bus. We're in Bridgetown, people. So I'll just head on down. You can also utilize the City Circle bus to be able to make it to that particular spot. So remember, it's at Pelican Island today for Q in the community. Coming up tomorrow on Morning Barbados, we're telling you all about a fashion show fundraiser, plus the St. Andrew Heritage Festival. They're going to be here to tell us all about that. That's it from us for this Thursday. Have a great rest of the day. I hope to see you bright and early tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.